Last year I was here and I did a routine called Meher Baba Ethnic Comic. And the concept here is that Meher Baba is sort of an observational Jerry Seinfeld style comic who sees things in his life that he thinks are funny and tells the other people in the audience, ostensibly other avatars, about them in a humorous way. And then I did Meher Baba Ethnic Comic 2, Second Incarnation. That was fun. We did that at the Meher School. That's how I was moved. This is Meher Baba 3, Ethnic Comic 3, Rama. Oh, Rama. It's a lot of Rama. You never quite had this much Rama. I mean, you might have, but it seems doubtful to me that you've had this much Rama. And I think you're really going to enjoy it. This is the global debut, by the way. This is history in the making. Terrible history, but history nonetheless. Just so to be clear, as I did this with most of the things, there's an intro by like an intro guy, you know, a hype man or something like that, who will introduce the Meher Baba character, and you'll know when the character itself comes out because I'll have a giant pink coat on. Tough to miss that. And the intro will start in just a second here. Can't get no satisfaction? Looking for the stairway to heaven, trying to avoid the highway to hell? Well, you've come to the right place. This is the man for the job. You've heard of Baba O'Reilly. This is Baba O. Hilarious. Whether you caught his act at Funky Town or saw him at Margaritaville, you know this is the man who's going to make you say, Oye como Kije! So put your hands together for the man who built this city out of rock and roll, also Maya. Meher Baba. Rock lobster. Hello, Bay Area. Hello, great to see you. Great to be here, J Area. J Area. Man, that was a great introduction. I haven't had an intro with that much hard rock in it since I met Upasni Maharaj. Nailed it. And those stones weren't exactly rolling, if you know what I mean. And I'm pretty sure you do know what I mean when I say that. It's actually pretty important to have a good intro, a good hype man, because it's a tough business out there. There's a lot of people doing what I'm doing. You got Prabhu, Parmeshwar, Elahi, Yezdan, Haramazda. Even Izad's trying to promote his The Only One tour. You know, that guy is the worst. It doesn't matter how beyond a god you might be. You got to really bring it for the audience. And I know what you guys are thinking. Believe me, I know what you guys are thinking. Since I know what you guys are thinking. And it's a lot of, another one of those hackneyed observational avatar comics with lame retread jokes like, what's the deal with Paramatma? Or, haven't you ever noticed how the avatar is God descended into the form of man without going through the process of the evolution of the body, the influation of the consciousness? Like we haven't heard those jokes before. Which is why I think it was so important for me to have fired Colonel Irani as my intro guy, as my hype man. That was just really just a poor choice on my part. You know, he was saying some pretty mean things, not gonna lie. I'll be honest, I put on a little bit of weight, and by a little I mean a lot, and by a lot I mean I had to wash leper's feet with a rag on a stick, and he was saying some things like, man, this guy really is without beginning and without end, if you know what I mean. Of the three worlds, I think this guy is the three worlds. Or the one that I fired him on the spot, he said, none can measure you. It was very insulting, and it's not easy, and it must be surprising to you because you think, oh, it's so glamorous. What he does is it's such a glamorous thing. You're thinking that I'm doing this, I'm traveling the world, but it's really not as glamorous as you might think. I know that might be a little shocking. Try to pick your jaws up from the floor. But, I mean, take the Perfect Masters, for example. A lot of people think, oh, it must have been so great to live with, you know, Hazrat Babajan or something like that. But have you really taken the time to look at Hazrat Babajan's schedule? Did you really take the time to look at her planner? You know, it'd be like, from 9 a.m. till noon, sit under a neem tree. From noon till 5:30, continue to sit under a neem tree. It was all downhill from there too. 5 to 7:30 p.m. 2.5 men marathon. Where did that come from? That made me want to go back to the neem tree. Even I can't handle that much Charlie Sheen, and I created the guy for this. You know, and so I would try to drop hints too. I'd be like, hey, Hazra, good news. I just got into Deccan State University, go fighting Q-tubs. And why don't we celebrate by not sitting under a neem tree? I mean, have you heard of a pine, a fir? I'll take a Douglas fir. What about sitting under a bush? Can we just go to a bush? I'd be happy with that. She really put the sad inside Guru. I'll tell you that much. It was, yeah, that one gets laughs. I don't know why that one actually worked. And that was, yeah, touche. And that was Hazrat Babajan. I mean, certainly that was okay, but there's nothing as glamorous as Tajuddin Baba. Certainly there's nothing more glamorous than living in an insane asylum by choice. Certainly there's nothing bad. I mean, how did Fergie not put that into her Fergalicious song Glamorous? How was that not like Glamorous? Oh, insane asylum. Yeah, I changed some of the lyrics in that song. Try to figure out which ones were in the original song there. Speaking of Tajuddin Baba, how do I put this? How difficult must it have been to be Tajuddin Baba's real estate agent? I mean, how hard must it have? That must have been a tough job. You're like, hey Taj, I got a great deal for you on a 2-bed, 2-bath. You're gonna love it, ranch-style home. He's like, yeah, I don't know. What else you got for me? He's like, all right, how about this? It's very avant-garde, very modern. It's a giant cube, all windows. Very just one big square house, all windows. You're going to love it. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. That's good. Is there a way we could cut back on the windows, maybe? Let me ask you this. What do you have in an insane asylum? Insane asylum? Why didn't you say so in the first place? I mean, come on. You know that had to just be like, hey, Taj, how about this? He's like, no. How about this? No. How about this one? No. How about this one? Definitely not. How about this one? Yes. I mean, no. And the resident agent was just like, God, you're crazy. Why don't you live in an insane asylum? I'll take it. I mean, that must have been the toughest job in the world, besides doing what I'm doing right now. And that was Tajuddin Baba. How do I explain Upasni Maharaj? How do I explain living with the Upasni Maharaj? Have you guys ever seen that scene in Basic Instinct, you know, where Sharon Stone is wearing the short and she crosses her legs and across the classic scene? I guess watching that scene is kind of like living with Upasni Maharaj if Sharon Stone was a 65-year-old Hindu man wearing a gunny sack and only a gunny sack. Let me be clear, let's back up a second. We were lucky if it was like watching that scene if Sharon Stone was a 65-year-old Hindu man wearing a gunny sack and only a gunny sack. On a good day, it was like watching that scene if Sharon Stone was a 65-year-old Hindu man wearing a gunny sack and only a gunny sack. And again, I know what you guys are thinking, but what about Narayan Maharaj? Come on, I mean, that guy's saying it over there. He's got the crown, he's got the jewels. That had to be glamorous. And in ways it was. In ways it was pretty exciting. But he was just so critical of my fashion in particular. He'd be like, what is this, marijuana white Sajra? That is so sepoy mutiny. I mean, hello. White Sajra on Monday, white Sajra on Tuesday, white Sajra on Wednesday? Are you going to an anorexic Ku Klux Klan member convention or something like that? What's going on here? I mean, Labor Day is coming up. You're going to be a fashion disaster after that. Have you ever had a burgomaster like this to you? No, none of you have, but I have. I've been served by a pervert master. It was very embarrassing. I can tell because I'm being embarrassed right now with this guy right here. And that, of course, leaves Sai Baba. I actually have nothing to say about Sai Baba. That was very glamorous. It was just a great time to work with him.